gonna be getting in a really fun full body workout today. We're gonna be working some endurance, some muscular endurance, some cardiovascular endurance. So we're gonna go for longer periods of time, pretty much working from our head to our toes. You're gonna get in some cardio, strength, upper body, lower body, and core. This workout can be done totally seated or standing, so depending on how you're feeling today, you get to make that decision, whatever's gonna keep you safe. But I've got a chair, I've got a tennis ball, and hand weights for our workout today, so minimal equipment. And like always, we're gonna do our warm-up, but we're gonna do our body scan first, just a way to check in with your body, see how we're feeling today, and let that inform you on how you modify for however you're feeling today. So I'm gonna start this seated, but you're welcome to start this standing. Again, we're gonna do that body scan that's up on the screen, so we're just gonna kind of take a big breath in and a big breath out. All right, let's check in from our head to our toes. So check in with your mood. How are we coming to this workout today? Life might feel a little chaotic, stressful, so just kind of acknowledge that. Exercise can actually help boost our mood, so hopefully by the end of the workout, you'll have either stepped away from the chaos of life or just really boost that mood. Check in with your fatigue. How are you feeling today? How did you sleep last night? How's your gas tank? You know, the other cool thing about exercise, it can actually help improve our fatigue too. So just acknowledge that. Check in with your cognition. Know that every bit of the workout will be up on the screen so you can follow along. As we move down to our trunk, our legs, just check in with any numbness, tightness in those muscles, pain or spasticity, balance issues, whatever those things are, just acknowledge them and just, again, let that inform you on how you do your workout today. Give yourself permission to do it seated or use something for balance. Any movement is good movement is what I always say. Awesome. Last thing, just set that intention while you're here today. For me, and it's just to get my body moving. It's cold out. So let's get this body nice and warm. Take a big breath in, reach those arms up to the sky. Reach. Big breath in, exhale. Hands come to the side. Nice. All right, we're gonna start from our head to our toes. So we're just gonna look from right to left. If we're sitting, I want you to sit up nice and tall, sitting on the edge of your chair. Core is engaged. Inhale, look one direction. Exhale, look the other. Warming up our neck. Good. Couple more here. I feel a lot of tightness in my neck, so this is gonna feel really good. We're gonna look up to the sky. Bring your chin to your chest. But if you got that weird electric zing, don't tuck that chin down, because that's where you'll get that weird electric zing. And that is not a fun feeling. So you'll just kind of bring your head back to neutral. Good. Couple more here. Awesome. So glad you're joining me. Taking some time to move your body, which is not only good for us physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. Good. Last one here. All right, we're going for some arm openers. Open up that chest, cross the arms over if you're able to. Tap that foot to the side. Open up, nice little tap to the side as we open up those arms. Again, if that works for you. If you're standing, you can shift your weight from side to side. You can tap your foot. So it's opening up the chest, squeezing those shoulder blades. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms stay out to the side, tiny circles forward. Add in a knee march if you're able to. Good, warming up those shoulders, warming up that core a little bit, lower body. Reverse the direction with those arm circles. Good. Warming up those shoulders, we're gonna need it. Lots of fun upper body exercises today, maybe some new ones that you've never seen before. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. All right, going for a spinal twist. I'm just reaching across the body, twisting in my trunk. They can be big reaches, they can be small ones. How are we feeling today? This is what we call a dynamic warm-up. So we're gently moving through these exercises, but it may take a little longer for our bodies to warm up. So if you need to slow it down, go for it. This is your opportunity to listen to your body. Good, 3 more on each side. 2, and 1. Nice. All right, we're gonna go for some reach overs. I like to place my forearm on my thigh and I just reach it up and over. But if we're standing, you can always place a hand on a hip and reach. This one feels really good in the shoulders, in our obliques, those side abdominal muscles. Good way to wake up the body, get that blood pumping. Good. Reach. So today's workout's gonna be fun. Like I said, we're gonna be working some longer intervals, upper body, lower body, and then some cardio blasts. It'll be fun. One more on each side. Reach and reach. Nice. All right, we're going for some knee hugs. So take a seat if you've got some balance issues. We're gonna grab underneath the knee, pull the knee up to our chest, rotate in the ankle, point and flex the toe, and then we'll switch sides. So we're not holding for too long. Again, that dynamic warm up. Now, if we have some tightness in our hips, you can always pull and release a few times and then switch sides. So whatever feels good to you. You do end up doing about 4 or 5 on each side. Getting some ankle mobility, getting those legs warmed up. Let's do one more wherever you're at. Awesome. All right, next is hamstring scoops. A little full body warm up here. So you're gonna extend one leg out, heels on the ground, toes point up. Reach and scoop, reach those hands up to the ceiling, and then arms come down. Nice full body warm up here. Nice stretch in the back of the leg and in the chest as you make that big circle. Again, we'll do about 4 or 5 on each side. Kind of getting that hinging motion or bending forward. We're gonna see that later too. The idea of a warm-up is to kind of prep our body for the workout. So hopefully by the end of this warm-up, you'll be like, okay, my body's ready to go. Or almost. Good, let's switch sides. Pull that leg in, other leg out, send that heel out, reach and scoop. An extension to our warm-up is what we'll kind of be doing next, which is some neuromotor exercises where we work our hand-eye coordination. This is great for dexterity, good for our brain-body connection, and a continuation of our warm-up. So you'll see that in just a second. Last one here. Good. Scoop and shake it out. All right, moving on to some calf raises to rock. So you can't really see my toes, but essentially I'm coming up onto my toes and then rocking back onto my heels. So up and back. Again, if you're standing, hang on to something if you need some balance. We're warming up the back side of our leg and the front side of our leg. You do those heel rocks. If you're wearing an AFO, something on your ankle to help with drop foot, this is gonna be a little challenging, so kind of keep that in mind. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Final one is windmills. It's a great little brain connector. So we're gonna open up the arms nice and big, legs are wide. Touch opposite hand to opposite shin, knee, or ankle. Nice little spinal twist here. Working our core, turning on our brain because we gotta touch opposite hand to opposite leg. Good. If you're standing, sometimes I just like to shift my weight from side to side as I touch the opposite hand to the opposite leg. Good. Couple more here. One more on each side. All right. Perfect. And nice little rest. Grab your tennis ball. We're going to move into hand-eye coordination. Those exercises are going to come up on the screen. Here we go. All right, everybody. Move this out of the way. Okay. Hand-eye coordination coming on up. Grab that tennis ball. Here we go. Forgot to clear up my space so you're not seeing all of my things. All right. So grab your tennis ball. All right, if you don't have a tennis ball, you can always use a pair of socks, something to hang on to. Again, we're working dexterity, we're working our brain-body connection. We're gonna do exercises up on the screen. You can do this standing or seated, however you're feeling. So we're gonna inhale, squeeze up all nice and tight. Exhale, release and switch. Inhale, squeeze, exhale, release. Awesome. These are really great exercises to do. I always say like during like commercial breaks or something. We usually have a ball somewhere in our house, especially if you have pets. Inhale, squeeze, exhale, release. It's a great way to connect the brain, the body, and a fun way to just get some exercises in. If you drop your ball during this, it's just part of your exercise to go get it. So do this safely. Last one, inhale, squeeze, exhale, release. Moving on to pancakes. So we're just tossing the ball from right to left. They can be tiny tosses if you need to look at the ball. Awesome. The challenge is, can you not look at the ball as you toss it from right to left? Good. If you want to add a challenge, add in a tiny little twist as we toss from right to left. Good. All right, here's your next challenge. Single hand toss, go with your non-dominant hand. So for me, it's my left hand. So this one I do actually have to look at it. Again, if you want to add in that spinal twist, twisting from side to side as you toss that ball. Again, we can do this seated or standing, depending on how you're feeling. It doesn't have to be a big toss. Good, switch sides. This should be your dominant hand, your strong hand, maybe the one you write with. Awesome. Keep it up. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna exchange in front and up overhead. So you're gonna open up those arms nice and wide, palms face forward. We're gonna bring that ball in front of our chest, squeeze, switch hands, open, and up above the head. Good. In front and up and over. Nice. You're gonna notice you're gonna feel it in these shoulders. Anytime we reach hands up overhead, it really gets our blood pumping. So that continuation of our warm up, and still working that dexterity, holding on nice and tight to that ball, squeezing the chest. Good. Let's do one more. In front and overhead. Nice. All right, shake out those arms. We're bringing the ball behind our back, open up that chest, grab the ball behind, and bring it in front. I'm going clockwise. This one's really nice. It really opens up our chest, especially if we're like kind of hunched over all day. It's a good one to open up the chest, work that posture. And I'm gonna work your brain. Go the opposite direction. Counterclockwise or clockwise, whatever you weren't doing before. Good. Looking good. Awesome. 3, 2, and 1. All right, for those of you who are standing, who feel pretty good about your balance, I'm gonna show you what exchanges under the legs is gonna look like, but if that doesn't feel good, then we'll take a seat. So if you're standing, you're gonna hold the ball with both hands, slight bend in those knees. You're gonna bend forward, bring that ball towards that knee, squeezing the glutes as you stand. So you're gonna feel a nice stretch in those hamstrings as you bend forward, squeeze, and stand. If that doesn't feel good, we're gonna go underneath those legs and sit up nice and tall. Let's go. There is no shame in doing some of these exercises seated, if it feels safer, if it feels good for your body. I like this one seated. I can feel a nice stretch in my back as I bend forward, bring my chest towards my thighs. That just feels good to me. So I like the seated version of this one. But if you need a nice stretch in those hamstrings, do the standing one. Last one here. Awesome. Okay, we're going for figure eights. Legs are wide. For those of us seated, we're gonna go under left, over left, under right, over right. Nice little figure eight basketball move. For those of us standing, we're gonna go opposite hand to the opposite knee as I shift my weight to that side. Stand up and switch. So I'm pushing those hips opposite and opposite. Again, seated or standing, let's go. Good. I really feel the seated version in my core because I'm leaning from side to side. Bring that ball underneath the legs. The wider the legs, you're gonna feel it more in your core because you gotta like lean and reach. Good. But the standing one feels really good in the hips and the legs. Plus it challenges your brain as you touch opposite hand to the opposite leg. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Okay, seated or standing. Reach those arms up overhead, whatever hand the ball is in. You're gonna pull that elbow to that hip as you reach the other hand up to the ceiling and switch. Nice stretch. Good. All right, if after this hand-eye coordination, your body still needs to warm up, maybe repeat this. Good, but we should feel nice and warm after this warm up, and then we're moving into the meat and potatoes of our workout. Good. Reach and pull. One more on each side. Reach and reach. Perfect. Final one, we got 10 sky to ground reaches. So we're bringing that ball up to the ceiling, to our hips. For those of us seated, we're reaching forward. For those of us standing, we're doing a squat. Let's go. 1. We got 10 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is just get that blood pumping. 6, keep it up. 7, 8, 9, last one. Reach and reach. Awesome. Okay, put the ball down, grab some weights, grab some water, and I'm gonna show you what you are in store for the next, half hour or so. Let's do this. Alrighty, everybody. Here's what it looks like. All right. We are going to be focusing on upper body for this whole round. So I'm calling this 60-20 intervals, meaning we're working for 60 seconds, you rest for 20 seconds, and then you move on to the next exercise. So a minute of work is going to challenge our endurance. So we're going to work all upper body for the first one. So we're doing 21 biceps. Essentially, we're doing bicep curls, which is working our bicep muscles. So it's going to go 7 bottom half curls. So I'm going to come straight to about halfway up, and I'm going to count us out. We'll do 7 there. Then the next 7 are going to be halfway to the top of the shoulder. And then we're going to go full curls pretty much to the end of our time. We'll rest, and then we'll move on to Arnold presses. I'm going to walk us through each of these things, and I'll remind you during our rest break. Arnold presses, we start here with our weights. We're going to open up our chest and press the weights up to the sky, and then squeeze. Arnold presses, working those shoulders, working our back muscles, and all these exercises can be done seated or standing if you want a little bit more. Cool? All right, then we got rows to kickback. So we're gonna do hinging forward. You're gonna pull those elbows up and then kick those weights straight back, lower. I like to stand in between each one or sit up in between each one just to protect my back. So again, we're gonna hinge forward, pull those weights up, kick them straight back. This is working our triceps and our back muscles. And then the final one is a front raise, lateral raise, and then an L raise, meaning one arm comes side, one arm comes forward, and then you switch. Cool? And then when we're done with that, then we've got 1 minute of a cardio drill, which I'll show us. So grab those weights. We're starting with those biceps, 21 biceps. We're working for 60 seconds. We'll rest for 20, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. So grab whatever weights feel good to you. I'm probably gonna use my 5 pounds just to allow me to have some endurance for all these exercises. We're gonna get started in about 15 seconds. So again, seated or standing, whatever feels good to you. If we're standing, slight bend in those knees. If we're seated, sitting up nice and tall, core is engaged. All right, 21 biceps, 7 bottom half curls starting in now. Here we go, 7. Curl it up halfway, 6, 5, 4, 3, good, 2, last one here, 1. Now we're halfway up to the top of the shoulder and halfway down. 1, 2, 3, 4, good, 5, working those biceps, 6, final 1, halfway, all the way to the top, and then all the way down, all the way up. So usually with 21 biceps, you do 7 bottom half, 7 top half, and then 7 full to get to 21. But we're going full curls till the end of our time. 15 seconds to go, good. Exhales, we curl it up. Keep those elbows close to your side. So we're not moving our body, we're just moving those weights up and down. Core is engaged, breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice, biceps completed. Next exercise is that Arnold press. So those weights are here, elbows are bent. We open, and then we press it up to the sky. Bring those elbows halfway, squeeze in the chest and bring it together. All right, we start in about 5 seconds. Are you ready? 3, 2, let's go. So open and press. Bring it back down and then bring those elbows together. So this is working our chest, our back, then our shoulders. Woo! If the weights ever get too heavy, you can always lower the weights or drop the weights altogether and you're still doing the movements. Good, you should feel this in your chest, in those shoulders, woo, because I sure do, and in your back muscles. Good, you're doing awesome. We're halfway there, 30 seconds to go. Again, if we're seated, are you sitting up nice and tall on the edge of your chair? Good. Woo, those weights are starting to get heavy. Again, this whole round is upper body. We're working muscular endurance here. You're doing so good. Keep it up. And if you're able to do this standing, awesome, because you're working that lower body while you work upper body. And rest. Whoo, okay. Moving on to that row to kick back. Again, if we're seated, we're just gonna bend forward, weights come to our hips, and then kick them straight back. Good, or if we're standing, we're here. Again, I like to stand each time just to kind of protect my back. You ready? Row to kick back. Let's go. So we're hinged forward, core's engaged, row. Pull those weights up, kick it straight back and lower. Maybe you do a few and then you stand in between each one. Again, listen to your body. A minute is a long time, which is why I like to stand in between each one. When we do strength moves, I really want you to focus on quality, not quantity. So I don't care how many you do. I don't care if you do 5 reps or you do 16 reps, as long as they're good quality. Good. Those of us seated, we're here. And I also want you to think about the muscles we're working. So as you pull those weights up to your hip pockets, squeeze in those shoulder blades, you're working those back muscles. As you kick the weight straight back, you're working your triceps. So think about those muscles. It'll make you work them even harder, and then you'll know if you're doing it right, because you're gonna feel it. 5 seconds to go, you're almost done. Good. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good, I'm gonna lower my weights. Or you can go no weights at all. Again, we're going front raise, up to those eyes, lower. Lateral raise, parallel to the ground, lower, and then you go opposite, opposite. I'm working your brain while I work your body, while I work those shoulders. Are you ready? Let's go. Front raise, lower, lateral raise, and lower. And then L raise, one arm to the side, one arm front, and then we switch. And we put that on repeat for 1 minute. Front raise. Now I want you to control these weights up and down. So don't let that weight drop those arms. Again, if they get too heavy, go with no weights. Is your core engaged? How's your posture? Are you breathing? All the good things. Let's go. You're doing so good. Stay strong. Perfect. 20 seconds left. Then we're going to do some cardio. And essentially that's what each of these rounds is going to look like. You're doing so good. Come on, 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Drop those weights. Okay, grab some water real quick. I'm gonna walk us through what our cardio is gonna look like. Every round's gonna look a little different. So this is our reaction drill. This one's super fun, challenging. So we're all gonna be pumping those arms. Maybe we're marching in place. You can jog in place, you can stay seated. This is kind of base. Then I'm gonna say up. You're gonna reach those hands up as fast as you can and go back to that jog. Forward, wide, or down. And then I'm gonna add in combos. I'm gonna challenge you, and if you can't stick with it, as long as you keep moving, that works for me. Cool? We get started in 15 seconds, so decide if you wanna do this seated or standing. The idea of cardio is to get that heart rate up there. So let's start pumping those arms. And then we're gonna get started. You ready? I'll start off easy. I'll start off slow. Up. Good. Forward. Wide. Down. Just reach it down back here. All right. Forward up. Good. Wide forward up. Good. Up, down, up, down. Good. Forward, wide, up. Perfect. Wide up, wide forward, wide down. I have to remember what I said too. All right, let's go. Up, forward, up, wide. Good. Forward, forward, wide, wide, up, up. Good. Up, down, wide, forward. Good. Let's just go. Nice quick pump, pump, pump. Last 10 seconds. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Upper body round completed. Moving on. Good job, everybody. All right, nice job. Feeling good. Now that we've worked upper body, we're gonna work lower body. Again, we're gonna see the exercises up on the screen. And these lower body exercises can be done seated or standing. So I'm gonna walk us through what this looks like. So we've got sit to stands, good old sit down, and stand up. Again, if you need to use a chair, a walker, a couch, something stable to help you stand, go for it. If sit to stands don't feel good to you, but you want to stand, maybe we just shift our weight from side to side. Standing is an exercise, so if you're able to do this safely, I'd encourage you to put some weight bearing on those legs. But if that is not in your wheelhouse today, no worries. You're just going to do some alternating leg extensions, lifting the toe, squeezing in that quad. We're still working quads, hamstrings from a seated position. So those sit to stands, you work for 60 seconds. We rest for 20. Then we got deadlifts. So this is gonna work our hamstrings, okay? So maybe we do it seated. You can do it with or without weights. My heels are on the ground, my legs are extended. I'm gonna hinge forward. You're gonna feel a stretch in those hamstrings as your chest comes towards those thighs. You're gonna push through those heels and sit up nice and tall, okay? Hinge and push up. If you wanna use weights for extra resistance, go for it. For those of us standing, couple of options. We can have weights in our hands. Slight bend in those knees. I'm gonna drag those weights down my legs to about my knee or shin. Back stays flat. I'm gonna squeeze in the glutes and stand. So this is a great option, with or without weights. If you need something for a little bit of balance, I want you to have a chair kind of in front of you. You're gonna reach, touch that chair, squeeze in the glutes and stand. Deadlift here. If you're reaching for your chair, don't use any weights. Cool? Those are our deadlifts. Then we got squat taps. You're working a little bit of inner outer thigh and glute action. Hanging onto a chair for standing. Tap the foot to the side, bring it back to the center. I'll let you know when halfway is if you want to go right side for 30 seconds, then left side for 30 seconds, or you can alternate. For those of us seated, we're just going to tap a foot to the right, bring it back to the center. Tap the foot to the left, bring it back to center. Again, if you want to focus on one side for 30 seconds than the other, I'll let you know when halfway is. And then our final one is alternating knee raises with 2 calf raises. So up at the right, up at the left, calf raise, standing option, hanging onto a wall or something, little knee march, 2 calf raises. Cool? Let's do this. All right, we'll get started in about 15 seconds. So if you're ready, get your mind right. 15 seconds. We will get started with those sit to stands. If you want a little more, hold on to a weight. Anytime you want to increase your intensity, just add weight and you'll do that. We start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Sit to stands. You're standing up, you're sitting down, or we're doing those alternating leg extensions for this 60 seconds. Good. Push through those heels, stand up, squeeze in the glutes, squeeze in those quads. Core is engaged. We're controlling ourselves up and we're controlling ourselves down. Nice. Stand up, find your balance, and then sit it back down. You got 30 seconds left. Keep it up. You're doing so good. Breathe. Nice. Again, if you need to hang on to something, go for it. Almost there. Nice. Then we'll rest for 20 seconds. Then we'll work those hamstrings. Focusing on all these lower body muscles. Come on, 5, 4, you're doing so good. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo, shake out those legs if you need it. All right, we got deadlifts. Again, that standing option. We can reach for a chair. We can drag those weights or our hands down our side, keeping that back flat, or you're doing it seated. I'm gonna use weights, but again, you listen to your body. You ready? We start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're hinging forward, squeezing in those glutes, standing up. I'm kind of keeping my legs straight, so I'm not really bending my knees too much. You should feel a stretch in those hamstrings. Good. Those of us seated, we're just hinging forward, push through those heels, sit nice and tall. Keep that back flat. I don't have to bend too far forward to still feel it in my hamstrings. Good. Halfway there, let's go. Should feel a little bit like a stretch. Hinge forward, squeezing those glutes before you stand. 20 seconds to go. Or if you're reaching for that chair, find that balance and stand. Good. 15 seconds. Almost there. Good job. Hinge forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Nice job. All right, squat taps are next. Seated, standing. If you're standing, hang on to something. If you want to work half on the right side, then half on the left side, go for it. I'll let you know when we're halfway. We start in 5 seconds, so get in whatever position feels good to you. If we're standing, get in a tiny little bend. Let's go. So I'm gonna go right side for 30 seconds. You decide if that feels good to you. So I'm just tapping that foot, bring the foot back to center. If I need to step and then bring the weight back, cool. This is a really great way to shift weight too. Nice. If you're alternating, that works too. You can alternate for the full 60 seconds, or you switch sides. We switch sides in 3, 2, 1. If you're focusing on one side, go ahead and switch. If not, you just keep alternating. Good job, keep going. We're seated, we're here. If I need to physically lift that leg, totally cool. Nice. We're working that inner thigh, outer thigh, glutes, core. 10 seconds left. You're crushing it. We're gonna work a little bit of balance this next round. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Good. Shake out those legs. All right, we got alternating knee raises. So maybe I hang onto a wall or countertop again. Right, left, 2 calf raises. Up the right, up the left, 2 calf raises. We start in about 5 seconds, seated or standing. Find your balance, let's go. Alternating knee raise, up, and then up onto those toes for 2. Nice. If we can only lift our knee a tiny bit, that's awesome. Working that balance, working that single leg stuff, yes. Good. Now, obviously I'm not hanging on to anything, but if I needed a little bit of balance, I like to hang onto a wall, countertop. 30 seconds to go. For those of us seated, we're still crushing it, lifting that knee, 2 calf raises. If I need to physically lift that knee, that works too. You're working your biceps when you do that too. Lift, let's go, 15 seconds. Then we'll work a little bit of cardio. You're doing so good. Got one more set in ya. Let's go up with the knee, other knee, 2 calf raises, and rest. Beautiful. Okay, we're moving on to cherry pickers. Hands to the sky, hands to the hips. If we're standing, mini squat, okay? You're just here. For those of us seated, we reach the sky, reach those hands to the hips, and then reach it forward. All right, you ready? We start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm gonna start seated here. I like the seated version because I feel like I'm on like a rower. If you've ever seen those in the gym, it's the machine where you kind of like slide back and forth. It feels really good because bending over from a seated position just makes me dizzy. So I like this option. So I'm like literally reaching as far forward as I can. Good. Those of us standing, if you have a logo on your shirt like mine, I want you to keep that logo up so I'm not bending forward because again, you're gonna get dizzy. So mini squat, keep that chest high. Good. Now, if you can, speed it up. If that feels unsafe or not doable, you just stick with that constant speed. Let's go. 15 seconds. Stay strong. Don't give up on me now. Come on. Keep moving. Good. Love it. Perfect. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo, grab some water. We are moving on to our next round. So good. Hydration, so important. So make sure we're drinking some water in between these rounds or even in between the exercises. Drink water when you need to, okay? Here we go. All right. We're gonna do upper body again. This one's kind of fun. Kind of challenges some more muscles here. All right. Zombie curl, you're like, what is that? It's also called like something else with a Z, but I like zombie curl. So essentially we're gonna curl the weights up, then we're gonna rotate our wrist down and then go down. So it's gonna curl up, rotate, and then press down. So we're working biceps and triceps, which is really cool, working opposite muscles, okay? Then we got a chest press or a push-up. So if you've got a wall, if you've got a desk or a couch, something stable, I've got my car here so I could use that too. I'll show you on the wall. If you want to do push-ups, go for it, okay? So wall push-up, my hands are shoulder width apart. I'm coming here and pushing away, okay? Really great option, or if you wanna go against the countertop, I like to do kitchen countertop push-ups. Okay, if that's like, no thanks, not for me, options, we can do a chest press from the chair. I like to lean back in my chair. My weights are to the side and I press those weights up overhead, like over my chest, like doing a bench press. This can take a little bit of a toll on the neck. So if you've got some neck issues or shoulder issues, another really great option is I can just like reach a weight forward and bring it to my chest, or use a TheraBand. So tons of different options. TheraBands are a really great piece of equipment. Doing the same movement like that push-up, using this as resistance, either seated or standing. So you decide which version you want to do. Then we got reverse flies. So we're gonna work the opposite muscle of the chest. We're gonna work those back. So slight bend in those elbows. We're gonna open up like you're flying away and then come down. So reverse fly, either standing or seated. Again, if you wanna sit up each time, you can do that. Final one is an upright row. Elbows come high and lower. So we're working our traps, those shoulders, upright row and lower, okay? So this is gonna be what we do for the next bit of time. So find those weights, whatever feels good for that zombie curl. We get started in about 15 seconds. So find those weights, seated or standing. Let's do this. All right, you ready? A little bit of curls, a little bit of bicep action, a little bit of tricep action. Weights are down by our side, seated or standing. We start in 3, 2, 1. So curl those weights all the way up to the shoulders. Rotate the wrists, facing down and lower. Kind of a cool move. You're gonna feel this in those biceps, a little bit in the triceps. Control the weight up, rotate, control the weight down. Good. If the weight gets too heavy, lower, either to a lower weight or no weight at all. I really like to do this exercise in the water. So if you ever get to do water aerobics, it's a fun one. Good. Nice, slow and controlled. Again, we're here for 60 seconds. Good. So for the next one, those push-ups, if it gets too much, you can always stay standing and just kind of do the push-up motion, not against the wall or your countertop. 10 seconds left. Good. This might be a new move for some of you with this zombie curl. To figure out what the other name is, something with a Z. Good, and rest. Perfect. All right, chest press. Use your TheraBand, maybe no weights at all. You can also just do this motion. We're squeezing in our chest, opening up the chest. Push, pull, push, pull. Seated, standing with weights or against your wall. I'm gonna start on my wall. You can start on your countertop. We start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So inhale as our nose or face comes towards, if you're doing that push-up. Exhale, push away. Good, core is engaged if you're doing these push-ups. If we're here, inhale, open. Exhale as we push away. Maybe you're using that TheraBand, seated or standing. Such a good option. Good. I can also lean back in my chair and still do this chest press. Kind of feels like a bench press. We're halfway there. Maybe you're using weights. Maybe you're using one weight. You just keep working that chest, working your back too. A little bit of both muscles here. 15 seconds to go. Again, with these upper body exercises, if we're able to do it standing, then you're working upper and lower body. So good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, rest. Shake out those arms. I'm gonna use some lower weights for these reverse flies. So again, my arms are bent. I'm bent forward. We start here, open, squeezing those shoulder blades, and then close. So we're kind of working chest and back at the same time. Again, I'm using lower weights, seated or standing. You decide. All right, let's go. So hinge forward, open, and close. So reverse fly like you're flying away, and go. Nice. So we can be here. Weights can kind of go to the side of our legs, open wide and lower. In between, if you want to sit up or stand up, awesome. Good. So we're working some postural muscles, those back muscles as we Open up the arms wide, squeezing in the shoulder blades and bringing them back. Good. I like to have a slight bend in my elbow. Good. Do you feel this in those back muscles? I sure do. If the weights get too much, lower them. Drop them. Good. Open. Squeeze those shoulder blades. You got 5 seconds left. Flying through this round. Let's go. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Nice. All right, we got that upright row next. So weights and wrists face my body. Pull those elbows high. Notice that my wrists are lower than my elbows. If I'm here, we're not doing it right. So pull those elbows up high as if strings are connected, and then lower. You should feel it in these traps. Tops of those shoulders. You ready? Let's go. Pull the arms up and lower. Up and lower. Good. Keep going. If my weight still gets a little heavy, I can hold in between a weight and pull that weight up to my chin and lower too. That's a really great option. Like so. Nice. Exhale as we pull up. Inhale as we come down. Nice work. Perfect. You got it. Halfway there. If it gets too heavy, just pretend like you're pulling up a rope and lowering. Pull up and lower. Good. After this, we got a little bit of cardio. Do a little bit of marching, a little bit of jogging, or cardio of choice. It's up to you. You're doing so good. Pull it up and lower. And rest. Good. Shake out those arms. We got marches. We've got jogs. If you're able to march about your space, go for it if that feels safe to you. If not, you're just gonna march or jog in place. You can do jump rope, really cardio of choice. That's up to you. Are you ready? We start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So I can march. I can do a nice little quick walk about my space. Maybe I do a tiny little jog in place. Good. Pump those arms. The idea is to get the heart rate up there. So maybe we want to do jump rope instead. Go for it. That works too. Here we go. Come on. We're halfway there. If you would rather keep those feet flat and do really big pumping arms, get that blood pumping, awesome. If you want to speed it up a little bit, go for it. We got 20 seconds. Let's go. The whole idea, work our lungs, pump that blood throughout our body. 10 seconds left. Let's go, let's go. Almost there. Come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Shake it out, grab some water. Nice work, everybody. Hope we're feeling okay. You're doing so good. Let's see. Alrighty. Time to work that lower body again. Okay, so we've got little squat pulses. So similar to like our sit to stand, but this time we're gonna do like a mini squat, and you're gonna do kind of little tiny pulses, like little bends in the knees. Maybe you do 5 to 10 and then stand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, because if you do this for 60 seconds, you're gonna burn out those legs. And we have 3 more exercises after this. So squat, pulse, stand. For those of us seated, we're gonna do a leg lift. So lifting the leg, legs extended. We're gonna lift, tiny little lift halfway, and then switch sides. So I'm just lifting, squeezing that quad, keeping the legs straight. So again, pulses, maybe we rest. 5 pulses, then you rest. Cool. Then we got hamstring curls options. If we're seated, I'm tapping my toe underneath my chair, alternating, like so. If I have a rollator or a walker that I'm sitting on, or a wheelchair or a desk chair, I can always push myself forward, pull myself back, using those wheels, using my heels as I push and pull. That's gonna work those hamstrings, so that's a really great option. For those of us standing, we're gonna do hamstring curls, booty kickers, whatever you wanna call it, alternating. Cool? All right, then we got some ice skaters or windmills. It's a little bit of cardio and strength. If we're standing, legs are wide. Looks just like our windmill in the warm-up, touching opposite hand, opposite knee, and then I shift and shift. I'm working inner thigh, outer thigh, like so. For those of us seated, just like that windmill, I'm leaning and leaning, opposite hand, opposite leg. And then the final one is a knee hold with an ankle rotation. So we're gonna work a little bit of balance. You're gonna lift that knee and we're gonna rotate. See if you can hold, like so. 30 seconds on the right, then 30 seconds on the left. If we're able to stand, you're gonna lift that knee and just do little ankle rotations, changing the direction. If your leg gets tired, just give it a break. Cool? I'll let you know when halfway is so you switch. Let's do this. Final round here for lower body. Are you ready? Let's go. We start in 15 seconds. Squat pulses, again, tiny little pulses, stand, or those leg lifts, I'll let you know when halfway is. You ready? Let's do this. Hang on to something if you need it. Stand up nice and tall and go. So we're gonna squat down, tiny pulses. So you can go 5 or 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then stand. Tiny little pulses. Maybe I just do 3 to 5. That's fine. I'm pushing those hips back, kind of bouncing up and down and standing. Those of us seated, we're lifting that leg and resting. Kind of little like leg lift pulse. For those of us seated, switch legs. Other side, you got 30 seconds left. Woo, you feel this in those quads, hip flexors. Let's go. Again, tiny little squat pulses and stand. Good. Focusing on that lower body. Squat, 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 and stand. 10 seconds left. Stay strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Good, all right, we got those hamstring curls next. So if standing and pulling that heel up to the booty doesn't work for you, you're gonna do that seated option, pulling the toe underneath your chair or pushing and pulling yourself forwards and backwards in a chair, wheelchair, rollator, whatever you got. We start in 5 seconds. You ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. So pulling that heel up. If I need to hang on to a wall or a chair or give myself like a little bit more, you know, that works too. Good, pull that heel up, work those hamstrings. If we're seated, tap the toe underneath the chair, alternate, or push and pull. Let's go. Feels a little bit like cardio and strength for some of these moves, so you're doing awesome. 30 seconds left. If we're seated, if you want a little cardio, I'm reaching and pulling my arms as I pull that toe underneath. If I don't need anything for balance, I can do the same thing standing. Woo, 20 seconds. What if that doesn't work for you? Mix the arms and just focus on the legs. Come on. 10 seconds left. Stay strong. You got this. Almost there. 5 seconds left. Then we'll move on to those ice skaters. Rest. If you need water in between, please grab a swig. All right. Ice skaters, we're nice and wide with those legs. Hands are out wide. We're gonna push those hips, touch opposite hand to that leg, stand up, and then switch or windmill seated. You ready? Let's go. Good. Perfect. Good. I like this standing one. Another good option is that maybe we just stand and kind of shift our weight as we bend that leg. If this feels good, because I can still use a chair and lean from side to side. Awesome option. Good. Or you're here. Good. Feels good. Inner thigh, outer thigh, glutes. 20 seconds. Try not to let that knee go over that toe. So I'm kind of pushing my hips back and stand. Or you're just shifting weight from side to side. Nice work. 5 seconds left. Then we're gonna work some balance. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Good. All right. Take a seat if you want to do these ones seated. If we're standing, again, that knee comes up and we rotate. 30 seconds on the right, 30 seconds on the left. or we're seated, lifting that knee up, ankle rotations. We're working that balance, we're working that core. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, right knee's up, let's go. Maybe you do the alphabet in cursive, or just spell your name, or just do some rotations clockwise, counterclockwise. If I need to physically hold my leg up, go for it. Can you give me 10 more seconds on this leg? You're doing so good. Hang on to something if you need it. Drop that leg if it gets too tired. 5, 4, 3, 2, other side. 30 seconds here. Make sure that leg that's standing is nice and strong. Foot is flat onto the floor. Nice. Keep going. If we need to physically lift that leg, work that ankle mobility. Woo! Work those hip flexors. Can you give me 10 seconds? We're almost there. Stay strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Awesome. Okay, final cardio here. I call these fireball arms. Pretty much it's gonna be rope climbs, maybe out to the side, maybe crossover punches. I'm just gonna kind of throw it at you. You just keep moving. Seated or standing, we start in 3, 2, rope climbs. Let's go. Reach and pull. Good. Like I said, anytime we reach hands up overhead, we're working that blood all throughout our body. Pump, pump, pump. Out to the side as fast as you can. Bend that elbow, bringing that thumb towards that chest. Switch, 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 switch. Nice and quick, nice and quick. Rope climbs. Let's go. Reach and pull, reach and pull. Core is strong. Are you sitting up nice and tall? Crossover punches. Reach up to those opposite corner. Reach, reach. Nice. Out to the side as fast as you can. Go, go, go. Quick, quick, quick. There you go. We're working that tricep. Crossover punches. Come on. Can you speed it up? Last 10 seconds, rope climb. Come on. Reach and pull, reach and pull. Climb, climb, climb. Almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Awesome. All right. We've worked our full body cardio. We've worked our full body strength. Time to work our core. We're gonna do 100 reps. So they're gonna come up on the screen. Take a seat, grab a weight, grab a sip of water. Let's go. Awesome job, everybody. We're almost finished. All right. 100 core. You're gonna do 100 reps total. We're gonna use a weight. It can be lightweight, it can be a heavy weight, or if you don't want to use weights at all, that's totally fine too. We're gonna start with 10 sit-ups with 2 punches. So we're gonna lean back. We're gonna exhale forward, punch, punch. That's 1, we're doing 10, okay? Let's do this. So lean it back, exhale forward, punch, punch, 1. We're going for 10, 2, 3, 4. Use that breath as you sit up. 5, halfway there. 6. Good job. 7, 8, 9. Last one. And 10. Very nice. Okay, we're going for a wood chop press. So essentially what that looks like is we're going opposite corner to opposite hip. We're gonna go up to that left corner to that right hip for 10, and then we do 10 on the other side. So I'm gonna use kind of like a lightweight. You can use a ball, you can use a weight, whatever feels good. Up to the left, to the right hip. You ready? Let's go. So you're gonna reach to that hip. 1, 2, reach, and twist. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. 9. Last one. 10. Now we got to even it out. It's like you're putting on a seatbelt essentially. Up to that right corner to that left hip. 1. Reach and twist. 2, 3. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9. Last one. and 10. Good. Okay, the next one is the knee tuck. So this is really challenging. If we're not able to lift our knees from the floor, you can just do a good old sit up, like elbows to knees, but I want you to give it a try at least. So I am gonna hold on underneath my chair. I'm gonna lean back slightly and I'm gonna lift those feet as high as I can. It doesn't have to be super high. You're gonna lift and lower. We got 10 of those. If we're not able to lift, then I want you to be here, or maybe you do little knee marches. That works too, okay? We have 10 knee tucks. You ready? Let's go. 1, 2. Exhale as it comes up. 4, 5, or you're lifting. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Woohoo! All right, we got 20 sit-ups. This one's gonna be our longest bits. So we're sitting on the edge of our chair, hands are over our shoulders. We're gonna lean back, touch those shoulder blades to the back of our chair. Exhale, elbows to knees. We're going for 20. 1, 2, use that breath. 3, 4, good. 5, 6. If you want to make this harder, use a weight. I'm going to give you a challenge for our final 10. We're at 9. Here's 10. All right, your challenge. We're going to lean it back, reach it forward. Good. Keep those arms out. Nice. Here we go. Got 5 left here. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Nice. All right, we're going for twists. Right to left, each one counts. You can twist from side to side. You can lean back slightly and twist from side to side. Whatever feels good to you. If you want to use a weight, go for it. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Final 20 are penguins. We're just reaching our hand from side to side, down to the ground for 20. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 2, go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You just did 100 reps of core. We are gonna stretch it out and call it a day. Nice work, everybody. Grab a swig of water if you need it. Good job, everybody. Woohoo! All right, let's change up our music a little bit. We'll do a nice little gentle stretch, and we're gonna call it a day. Super proud of you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Super important to stretch at the end of a workout. It helps with our soreness, it helps with spasticity, helps with our range of motion and flexibility. So take a big breath in, reach those hands up overhead. Reach. Good, big breath in. Through the nose, exhale, arms come down. Couple shoulder rolls. As we stretch, I want you to kind of check back in with your body. Notice your mood. Notice how your muscles feel. Notice your fatigue. Inhale those arms up. Gently grab one wrist and pull to one side. As we stretch, I also want you to just thank your body for how it's moved for you today. Whatever that looks like, reach those hands up to the ceiling. Gently grab that other wrist and pull to the side. Good. Inhale, exhale, open up that chest. Maybe we grab our chair or clasp hands behind our back. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose. Fill up those lungs and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. This time as we breathe in, exhale, reach those arms forward like you're hugging a tree. Now, if I had like a banister or something I could hang on to, I really like this stretch. It feels good in my back. But this works just as well. Good. Breath in, exhale, shake out those arms. We're gonna inhale, arms up overhead. To warrior one, exhale, push those walls away, pull those fingertips up to the sky, nice stretch in the forearms, bring one arm across the body, rotate in that wrist. Good. All right. Bring that arm up overhead, pat yourself on the back, nice little tricep stretch here. And shake it out. Reach those arms wide, push those walls away. Other arm comes across our chest. Hug that arm to your chest, rotate in the wrist. And then reach that same arm up to the sky, bend at the elbow, pat yourself on the back for a good job today. Be proud of yourselves how you moved. Awesome. And shake it out. Let's stretch out that lower body. I want you to extend one foot out in front, heels in the ground, toes pointed up. We're gonna reach, nice little hamstring stretch here. This is where we can do static stretching. Now that our muscles are nice and warm, we can hold for a little longer. We don't want to hold stretches like this when our muscles are cold. You're gonna have a chance of pulling something. We don't have time for that, so. Good, grab underneath that knee, pull the knee up towards our chest, nice little knee hug. Rotate in the ankle again. Good, now we're gonna gently place that ankle on top of our thigh, hinge it forward, glute stretch. Floor, other side, extend that heel out, toes pointed up, reach nice and long, hamstring stretch here, breathe, in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Awesome. All right, we're gonna grab underneath that knee, hug the knee up to your chest. Rotate in the, I wanna say the wrist, but it's your ankle. Good. And then place that foot on top of your thigh, hinge it forward. Find a little glute stretch here, hip stretch, so good. So glad you all joined me. Place that foot onto the floor. Big inhale up to the sky. Exhale it out, show those muscles because you are stronger than MS or whatever you're walking through. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you back at another Keep Moving with Emily.